Hey, this is Redman coming to you live from the world famous Comedy Store for a brand new episode of Kill Tony Volume 2. Give it up for Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah, everybody. How exciting. Episode 44 of Kill Tony. Thanks for being here, everybody. How you guys doing? Happy Monday. It's been a fun weekend, week/whatever for me. I've been re-obsessed with my childhood fun of professional wrestling, as the WWE Network has debuted an entire new network that has everything from the Vault and everything that they're currently doing, so you can actually catch up quickly on modern stuff, which, you know, I'm not a big... Obviously, we go up against Monday Night Raw every night in a ratings war. And it's very tough. It probably is
pretty accurate of the ratings war, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they have their millions and we have our... Anyway,
is there a lot of people that still watch this other than like
oh my God,
a couple of people that
it's been the most watched event on Mondays. It really gives
from ages 5 to 7.
No, no way, Jose.
Is there a lot of people that watch wrestling out here?
Well, not here, not in this.
That's
room.
What I'm saying.
But who used to watch wrestling?
When I was 10, I also did.
Yeah, it's a little bit farther than 10 though. You're getting there though. We started at 5 and 7. Now we're at 10. Let's get to the truth.
No, I mean,
I was watching.
No, I mean, who's watching it now? Like you say that millions of people listen to it. I can understand that in the South there's like all the hillbillies that probably love it and shit, but and then the kids. But I don't know, other than you and some comics, I really don't know that anyone.
Well, I don't really watch new stuff, but going back on the old stuff, it's right. The best bad guy, good guy stuff, and it's amazing to me because I've been watching it for a few weeks, and then guess what happens today? My old friend, Rowdy Roddy Piper, hits me up, and I went and did his podcast.
Nice.
The Piper Pit Pod. He used to have a show every Saturday morning wrestling called Piper's Pit, and now it's evolved into the Piper Pit Pod. I got to be his first guest with an awesome actor, Richard Tyson, who plays like the bad guy in everything. He's done like 60 movies. And hey, Dom, fuck yeah! How are you, buddy?
What's up?
What's up, motherfucker?
Go say hi to Todd, and we'll bring you out in a minute. Is that okay?
He's in the green room
back.
out there.
And then Josh will get you a drink, and we'll get you all warmed up. I love your style, though. He's so excited to be here. He just jumps right in. Dom Irrera is coming up, everybody. The best. That's how you make a fucking entrance right there.
Why you treat me like I'm retarded?
That's cool. So you did the Piper's podcast.
Yeah, it was fun hanging out with him, and then we had lunch, and it's just incredible talking old wrestling with him. I was actually catching him up on what's happening in more modern wrestling. It was incredible to be telling him like, oh yeah, the main guy right now is this guy, and he does this.
Would you say you watch more wrestling than you do UFC?
Well, here's the thing: is I've always been a UFC guy since like Hoist Gracie. However, they don't have their own network like the WWE does. I mean, they have a new thing where you pay $10 a month and you get everything that's ever happened in all of wrestling.
I think they have that. They have the UFC Fight Pass where it goes through all the... It's not as good?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that they have a network. It's really, they really made the network really tight, this WWE thing. So it's like really fun for me because it's hard for me, since Breaking Bad and House of Cards has ended for now. It's good to be able to take my mind off of everything.
You should watch. I've been getting into Mark Maron has a podcast show where it's about his podcast loosely, and a TV show. I just got into it. It's pretty cool how that Mark actually took podcasting and kind of threw it into the mainstream a little more. That's really cool that he did that.
Yeah.
Because podcasting's still like a baby. Like my dad just started listening, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And he keeps on like texting me things like, "Really, Brian? Damps per day?" And like you made somebody squirt. Is that real? What's squirting?
Right. What's squirting? They don't even know what squirting is.
They used to call it something different back then.
That's the order of things that they learn. Like first comes the iPhone, and then comes podcast, and then comes squirting.
Right. What did they used to call it back in the day? Like Chrissies or
probably some weird word like
yeah. Tabernacle.
Splatulation or something.
Tabernacle.
The tabernacle.
Got it a tabernacle all over my chest last night.
Fuck yeah.
Whatever.
Well, as you guys know, every week we always have a head of security keeping us safe, keeping an eye on everything to make sure that nothing too crazy happens. You know, in the podcast world, sometimes crazy stuff can happen. And to keep us safe, we have another head of security this week. This is actually her second time keeping us safe. She did such a great job the first time.
People love her.
She's back. Everybody, it is the sexy patriot, Courtney Mollet. At Margaret Mollet on Twitter. Fuck yeah.
Welcome back.
Hell yeah. I love the speaker box hanging right off the front. Fuck yeah. I love it. How are things going, Patriot?
Oh, you know, crazy. Living it up, you know.
All right.
One American at a time, am I right, guys?
Fuck yeah. The alcohol here has alcohol in it.
Ooh, my favorite.
Are you wearing underwear this time?
Oh, yeah, of course.
The sexy
Are
kind?
they patriotic?
They are very patriotic.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I can't be Iron Patriot and not have Patriot underwear. Are you crazy? This is America, okay?
Fuck yeah, blowing it up
What was
for
that?
us.
The
dude.
Iron Queef?
We've heard that before, right?
Right.
Iron Haddish is able to queef on command. You can't do that though, right?
You know, it's a special thing. You know, for like private events.
Oh, private events only. Not ready for the podcast world, I see.
Yeah, no, I don't think they're ready.
Well, fuck yeah. Well, thanks for being here. I'm very excited to have you back. You look lovely. So, what do you guys say we get this thing started, huh? It's episode 44 of Kill Tony. I'm so excited about this one, guys. This is no bullshit. This is a big 'em. These are two of the funniest people that I know, two of my funniest friends. So here they are, everybody, your guests tonight. It's Todd Glass and Dom Irrera, everybody. Holy moly. Wow. Todd Glass. What's up, my man? Grab a seat right here.
How am I doing so far?
Great.
I feel like I'm doing good. Funny.
Where'd Dom go, Josh?
Dom said he's not ready yet.
Okay. Whenever he's ready. Oh, here he is. It's Dom Irrera. Already killing it. Dom's a favorite from a few episodes ago. Not only was he on the panel, but he also performed.
I got a minute.
So welcome, guys.
Hello.
There you go.
Hi.
Todd, I've been trying to get you on this. I felt like I was overly annoying you.
No,
each
I
week, but
felt like you were gonna think it was like a joke. It was always something weird.
No, I get it. You're a busy guy.
That's
And,
what I do to my people.
that's how
Just
you.
look at the phone and see it. Who's calling? Just say no. Not gonna happen.
No, we texted.
Yeah, we texted back and forth a lot. There's a lot of Sunday night invitations coming from.
You know what I
This
don't like
way.
about Todd?
What?
That's the way you start. What is it?
I'm kidding.
I know. I can't take a joke. See, I work it
You
before
actually can't take a joke.
I know. I have trouble. That's what everybody
He's a
says.
sensitive comedian.
Oh, thank you. That's the way you never get defensive. If you overly agree, it works. Whatever someone goes, you
Passive
go,
aggressive.
oh my God. No, somebody goes, you know what, this is a vicious thing. You go, I know, that's what my brother says. Then they go, oh, and switch it around. You're this, you're that. You're like, I know. I try so hard to change. They're like, oh, you're all right. Thank you. It's an old trick. Thank you. One guy likes it. That's good.
I'm so glad to have you guys with us. Iron Courtney.
You think what I said was interesting?
Yes. So far, we're batting 1,000 on this.
Even if it's not particularly laugh out loud funny, it amuses what you do. Because a lot of people go for the big laugh, but I've seen your act.
You,
You don't pander. Fuck them.
When I was, and the age gap seems bigger then, because you maybe been doing comedy like 4 years, and I had just started. And I swear, I was like with my high school friends in my parents' station wagon. When Dom, after the show, he goes, "Thanks for bringing the crowd down before you brought me up." And I thought it was a compliment. And on the way home, my friend John Biederman's like, "I think he was making fun of you." I'm like, "Oh, it was? I had no idea." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, he was. You know, you shouldn't bring the crowd down." I thought maybe as the host that was like, "Thanks for bringing them down for me," but that's not what he meant.
It made us all look so much better. Thanks. Thanks for tanking it for us.
And I'm like, "Oh, you're welcome."
It's good
So
that we got
anyway.
these two people and the rest of them are background. These two people laughing and like the rest of them are extras.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you want? It's Monday night. What do you want?
Isn't that funny when that happens? You think, well, could two people be right and everybody else be wrong? Yes, that happens in this world a lot. Sure. Small majority
Look
is
at them. They
right.
think they're better than us sitting back there on their high horses.
Now,
Have you
Todd,
seen our acts? Together, we would have one great act. Apart, we're fairly mediocre.
Iron Courtney, do you have any questions for our guests tonight? Normally, the head of security always asks a question. You have anything for these guys?
Yeah. Todd. Hey, what's up, fella? I love everything you do. Okay. And I saw a video you made where you actually kidnap a child.
Yes.
In a van, and then I was wondering, did you really kidnap a child, or did you get permission to kidnap a child?
First of all, that I gotta get that mask wherever you buy that, because that is that's going to be a lot of fun for me, and I will order it somehow.
Amazon Prime.
The question is, that was now. Are you seriously asking? Because my family, I had to correct them on that. They thought I really did that with like just a kid. That we just.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I'm supporting you.
Thank you. And I appreciate it. Thank you. It was an actor.
Oh, cute.
It was an actor. Thank you.
Cool.
How about Dom? You have a question for Dom?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'd like to ask him if. Oh. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering, where'd you get that shirt?
I pulled it out of my ass. Let me ask you something. I would ask you to blow me, but I see that you can't. Unless I have a sliver like veal,
You could try.
a veal
You
dick.
could go through my eyes.
Nah, I'm good. I did that yesterday.
You wanted to. It may make
That reminds me, I gotta give my mom a call. I don't know what made me think of her.
Are you saying you fucked your mom's eyeball, Dom?
Hey, what we do at home.
Well, how fun. Josh, if I could just have a piece of paper and a pen.
Jesus Christ.
You around, Josh?
No.
Oh yeah, you were gonna get me a piece
Yeah.
of paper and a pencil.
Josh, is
what
all-
type of that looks good? That drink over there. I don't even know what it tastes like. I like the bottle.
Oh, by the
That's
way.
why I buy shit sometimes. I'm like, oh, it's a cool bottle.
Yeah,
I'll
when
put it in
it's-
my refrigerator. People will think I'm rich.
ClearConcentrates.org donated some concentrates, but they also donated this liquid medicated cannabis beverage.
Oh, yeah.
It's a sparkling cherry key lime lemonade.
Wow.
Sounds good, but
Cherry
no, thanks.
limeade with marijuana infused into it.
Yeah.
So you have a sponsor.
We do for this episode.
Because we love lemonade and we love getting high. But who has the time to smoke while drinking lemonade? You know what I mean? You've got to take it all at one time.
It's like the peanut butter and the jelly together. It's now
Right.
this is that.
That's the goober of lemonade
My
and
face
pot.
is hell.
People always say, Tony, we love the podcast, but if people could just make more faces.
I'm known for my faces, and you know it.
Just a
Can't
piece
disagree with
of
that.
piece of paper and a pen, Josh, whenever you get a chance.
Josh, you're doing a great job.
Heck
I
yeah,
listen to the show, and not a lot of people ever give you the kudos you deserve.
It's true. Put your hands together for Josh, everybody. At Josh Martin Comic on Twitter. Always running around. Fuck yeah. The Patriot just blew it up for that one. Man.
You gotta love that.
Absolutely. So let's get this thing started. You guys ready for this? It's episode 44 of Kill Tony, everyone. The return of... Yeah, where are you guys? Josh Martin almost fell, everybody. That would have been awesome. Now, as you guys know, you get 60 seconds each. You're going to know that your time is up when you hear the sound of a kitty. That's 60 seconds. Now, you can't go over your time in show business, or else then you're going to bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. Wow. I'm pretty sure the bear killed an elephant at the end of that. It's always a little bit different, so. Anyway, let's get it started. Your first comedian tonight doing 60 seconds is Calvin Cat Eyes.
You know what that means.
When somebody doesn't show up, that means they get blacklisted from the show, and then the head of security makes a bunch of noises like this. Okay, that's it. That's a totally different version than usual, and we will roll with it.
Who just didn't show? What is his name?
Calvin Cat Eyes.
And he just, what happened? He signs up, he gets pulled
Who would
out.
have thought that a guy like Calvin...
He gets banned for 3 months
You
from
think
the
his real
comedy
name's
show.
Calvin?
So let's keep it moving. Many more names in this bucket. Let's see who else in the Cat Eyes family. Tim Greer. Here he is, Tim Greer.
How y'all doing? So, I don't know. I'm disturbed by the increasing number of Beyonce fans. I think there needs to be like a restriction, a limit to how much women can listen to Beyonce. I'm serious. She's inspiring women in the wrong ways. She is. I don't know now, bitch, that can surf, but every woman's running around talking about surfboard. Is it just me? I don't know. And then I don't know. Women follow Beyonce in a weird way. Like single ladies. Do women not understand, bitch? That's how you stay that way. I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to be rude, but like. Her new song is called Drunk in Love. As a man, I don't think anyone loves a drunk girl. They may want to fuck her, but I don't think anyone loves her. That's my time.
Yeah, that was, alright. Does Beyonce have a song about surfing?
It's called.
It's about dick.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, she's
You're-
riding it like a surfboard, guys. Surfboard, surfboard.
Oh, I see. Now I understand completely.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just agreeing with what you said. You said women are into Beyonce, and then the woman on the show.
I know I hate surfboard. I hate that.
Why?
Oh, because I would much rather she say ride the dick than surfboard. I would. I'm old fashioned.
Who cares what she's calling it if she's riding your dick? What the fuck?
Damn, you just got told, my friend. You just got straight up security'd.
How long did he do?
How long was it?
About 35 seconds.
Oh, okay. I thought that went quick.
Yeah, that
I
was
just had
quick.
one, but it's short.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
4 years.
4 years? Cool. Yes, sir.
Someday you'll get a minute.
Fatality.
Hang in there. Hang in there. I can see 40 seconds around the corner. I can see it from here. It's a mile marker.
I'm sure he has.
Yeah. I'd like to see you in front of a live audience, seriously. Is this thing on? Todd, I mean, you can see the some substance. I wouldn't say seriously, though. Seriously is kind of like old school, like seriously. It's like we know you're a comedian, we know you're kidding. Saying seriously is a little bit of a turnoff, you know? But this really actually happened to me, folks. Like, who gives a fuck? That was something funny, you know what I mean? They're not going to go, man, he had integrity. He was serious. That comedian was serious.
Oh, I love it. So it's pretty much 35 seconds on Beyonce. Is that like part? Is that part of your like you talk about like pop culture and stuff?
I mean, I'm trying these things, you know. Things I normally wouldn't try, because I normally would never talk about Beyonce, you know. But someone told me, like, whatever you think of.
How long's the
use it.
surfboard song been out for?
About a few months.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty popular.
I haven't heard it yet.
I thought you did a good job.
I like Beyonce's new album. She made a video for every single song, and every single video I just want to fuck her. It's just,
Yeah, dude.
it's fucking sexy shit. You don't like You don't like Beyonce?
I don't like what she inspires. Like, I feel like she.
What? Women
I don't.
sucking dick
I
and
don't.
liking it?
Yeah.
What don't you like about
Dude.
that?
By the way, in all fairness, she's not with the show.
She has a song called Rocket Ship about squirting. Why is that not awesome?
Is that true?
Yeah.
I love that. That's your squirting sound.
It's a sound effect. People at home might have thought it was somebody at the board if they were doing their job.
Where's your squirting sound, Brian? You have to have one.
I learned that in the military.
I don't think this has a squirting button.
Hey, baby.
No, it doesn't.
I think the set was top heavy in the sense. I think you were too strong in the first 10 seconds. Petered off, you know. I think I love everything he did. You got to change it around.
I thought, you know what? It's you never want to. It scared me to do this because you don't want to say, because some things don't need to be picked apart that much. But what I would always, just so you know, I'm not being phony. I would more like if somebody was doing something that was like, you know, like comedy tricks, which get me fucking so angry.
Hey, folks, give yourselves a hand.
Yes. any manipulation, but like when you
What
see
about a
something,
hand for our wait staff, huh?
anything,
They're working hard for you.
or laughing at the punchline, like right where you tell your punchline,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Or that's like, but that's like, stop, don't do that. Or like, you know, hey, you're this crowd's. I thought some of it was stopped. I really did. I thought that was a thing from the '80s. We made fun of it, and then every so often I'll see a comedian. You guys are sick like me. Oh, I want to fucking bite my fingers off. You know, like, does that help? Or people going, hey, we're sick like him, and then
You guys got the worst drivers. You're on highway fill in the blank. Now, oh, they know us. We're bad drivers.
I worked with a comedian like that in I won't say what town, but we did these one-nighters, and every club we got to, we had to find out, hey, where's like this or there? And he would go, oh, I was down at your five-way stop sign.
Right,
And
right.
people fucking loved it,
Yeah.
and I hated that they
Kill
loved
it.
it. I don't know why.
Right.
They didn't do anything wrong. They thought, but I was
Right.
like, no, he does this in every city. It's not you drivers here. I mean, yeah, and people are like, we are worse drivers. This
Todd,
guy gets
I worked
us.
with a guy who got a. I got worked with a guy.
But you didn't
once-
do any of that.
I worked with a guy once who got a hand from mothers. Right? He goes, you know who's the hardest working people in the world? Mothers. Let's give him a hand. Who's gonna fucking boo mothers? Fuck you. My mother was abusive.
Sir, I see you're not giving it up for the mothers. No, I don't give a fuck what this guy says. Fuck him. My mother's a dirty whore, and I'm not gonna sit in a comedy club and just fucking give it out for my mother. If you met her, you'd fucking say something worse. Fuck the troops, all right? No one ever. How about a hand for the troops? No, fuck the troops. I will not give them a hand.
Hey, he's just looking for a free college ride. They didn't expect a war.
Oh, yes.
So you didn't do any of that. So that's why I was like, just 35 seconds a minute. You just go, yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Tim Greer, thank you so much. Follow him on Twitter at tgreer, Greer 33. And
We'll take a break. We'll
if
be
you're
right
a
back.
Beyonce fan, tweet more. Think of a tag for Tim, because I don't know anything off that album.
Beyonce on her knees.
There you
Water
go.
daddy.
Oh shit! Our head of security has Beyonce Tourette's,
Thank you.
just naming songs, and I like that. It's so true though about that trickery thing. I've learned about myself that it's harder for me to follow a comedian that uses tricks, and then I see the audience laugh at that, and it makes me hate the crowd. Sort of like what you said. I'm just like, oh, you guys are idiots. Now I don't want to make you guys laugh, is what I'm thinking.
And they're
It's-
not idiots.
Right. It's harder for me to follow a guy with trickery, because then it's not as much fun for me than it is for me to follow the funniest possible guy. I'd rather ride a wave of momentum off somebody that I respect than to have to fucking follow trickery, especially when they laugh at their own things.
I hate that fake laugh
Yeah.
when it's always the same.
Right.
The hardest thing for me is to follow a guy who does 35 seconds, because that means I got to do so much more time. I got to do a fucking hour and 20. He did 35 seconds in the middle act. What the fuck?
I love it. Let's keep it moving
What's
along.
the other tricks? I'm trying to think of some of the other tricks.
Well, always.
Oh, saying a word wrong every night. Oh, that's got to be exhausting. You know, you go, oh, did I say, oh, really? Every night you got to pull out that gem? Matter of fact, sometimes it's such, when I see comics with like 100 tricks, You know, and by the way, I always say this. It's not that I think I'm the best comic in the world, by far, but I care a little to not, like, just vomit all over it. But I care a little. I should be embarrassed that I care a little? They say the wrong word. I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, I understand.
Fuck!
I understand what you're saying.
Preface so much.
I understand what you're saying, Todd, because I am one of the best comics in the world, and from my perspective, I can imagine what it looks like from yours.
This is great.
I'm laughing, but you know what I'm doing. I'm
Always
trying to
looking
think.
up.
What were we talking about? Going the thing about the tricks.
Tricks. Yeah, when
They're
they
saying the word wrong. Oh, when I see someone with like not one or two tricks or a new comedian, I'm always talking 20-year veterans that still do it. You know, I don't judge anyone doing it for a short period of time, but they have so many tricks that I really start feeling bad for them. I go, oh my God, that's gotta be sad. They're not enjoying that. It's the same shit every night. Like, oh, that's like a regular job. That's why that comedian. A lot of times those guys, they're miserable because that shit act they have to do every night. Of course they're angry.
They don't get on that much out here. They're more road acts you're talking about. Middle acts on the road.
Right, yeah. Sometimes when you get someone
miles for for one.
But
gig.
those are always you could set it to a clock. A lot of the most unhappy people, most of the most unhappy comedians that I know aren't taking chances and they're not writing new stuff. You know what I mean?
I don't know if that's true across the board, but I always think that a lot of guys that have an aggressive personality on stage and you would think would be angry are real sweet off stage, but guys that are faking happiness that aren't, they're miserable off stage.
Yeah.
That's true. And by the way, those acts I said, they're not, a lot of times the guys driving club to club are fucking great. You know, it's just, I think there's an equal amount of MCs, headliners, 30-year comics, 20-year comics, 10-year comics that do those trick things. It's just worse when they've been doing it longer because they might have, you think they'd grow out of it by then. The new comic.
You hate to see it work when you work so hard at being original.
Right.
And you're thinking, this got a bigger laugh than anything. Who ordered the tax? One of those stupid fucking jokes. Remember that?
Yes. I did all that shit, but then you get where that's not fulfilling anymore. You know what I mean? Crowd's like, you did it. We didn't know that.
Here we go. Your next comedian, everybody, goes by the name of Scott Lazarus.
How's it going? I think it's been interesting to see the breast cancer awareness movement really pick up steam the last few years. I think it has something to do with more men getting involved with it. Have you guys noticed this? I think it's because we finally realized that breast cancer is the #1 cause of less breasts throughout the world. But no, you know, men don't get behind a whole lot of causes, but breast cancer seems to be the one that people do get behind. And I get approached all the time. Sir, do you want to donate $5 to the ACLU? No. Sir, can you spend an hour at the battered women's shelter this weekend? No. Sir, would you like to give $5 to the Susan G. Komen breast cancer? Did you say breasts? Yes. I've got $10 on me right now. You can have this. I can give you more tomorrow. Do you need people to volunteer? I'm happy to volunteer. I could do breast exams. Whatever you want. All I'm really trying to say is, I guess real men wear pink when titties are at risk.
There you go. Nailed it in a minute.
Boob heavy.
Definitely boob heavy. You know what I find interesting about all the breast cancer stuff is that, you know, I want to know if I'm saving one boob or two boobs when it happens, because if they're gonna get to keep one boob, that's good. Like I'll invest so that somebody can keep at least one boob. But if
I lost my sister to breast cancer.
Really?
Yeah, so it's really I really enjoyed your act, by the way. Yeah, I did. And it's really interesting because, you know, they always talk about taboo things and things that you wouldn't talk about. And, I mean, you didn't make it funny either, so it was like a double negative. I mean, you did a topic that was touchy, and I can handle it, and it broke my fucking heart to lose my sister, believe me, and I'll never get over it. That's not your problem. You could still have humor in it. You had no punchlines, no nothing. All it was just mean-spirited and stupid. But anyway, good luck with whatever you choose to do. Love your work, by the way.
Oh.
You have a game over sound?
Maybe that's a good thing to. I don't know. Like I don't want to think.
Game
I'm
over, man.
I'm a little paranoid. You don't want to think you're giving out shitty advice, but I guess be honest if you think this would be good advice to give someone. Because I don't want to be a part of someone. Don't do this. Don't do that. Shut the fuck up. Everyone should do what they fucking want.
Exactly.
But you're just giving advice. You say if this works for you. You say maybe earlier when you're taboo subjects, everything can be talked about. 9/11. Anything can be talked about, cancer, but you just have to have the ability to make it funny. So if you're talking about the mall and it's not funny, it's not as dangerous or weird to the audience. But if you're talking about cancer, you want to make sure this better be funny. I always say something should be funnier than it's twisted, funnier than it's mean. Everything's fucking funny. Mm-hmm. That's why when those people are like, oh, is this funny or is that funny? I always like to sort of play dumb. Can you make jokes about this? I always go, yeah, let me hear the joke. I don't have an overall rule for any. Oh, you can't do 9/11 jokes. But I think that's when a lot of people don't like it. You go, let me hear the joke. I'm not saying, oh, they want you to have a blanket. Oh, yeah, 9/11 jokes are funny. No, not. Everything's funny. Let me hear your joke. And then joke by joke, you go, no, that's meaner than it's funny. But I didn't feel that way about you. I'm going wider. But I agreed with Don basically. But I didn't want to. But also, you'll figure it out. That's why it's hard to give this advice. Like you're gonna figure it out. You'll keep doing it every week.
Because you think you're being edgy. You think you're being edgy by doing that material, and it's really, it just has to be funny. I mean, I have jokes about child molestation in my act. But when I do that, I pull it back on me. I don't want to really hurt a child, so I talk about, like, one of the bits is I was an altar boy and I was never molested, and I used to think, what about me, Father? I'm not hot enough for you. The O'Malley twins get it twice a week. Couldn't stick it to little Don Irrera once a week. But at least it's coming back on me. Yours was just brutally assaulting, and there's a lot of people, who fucking die from that, man.
Yeah, I've had family members.
Yeah, well, that's what. Yeah, and you
that's what I was trying to do, was make fun of like men being interested in breast cancer because of tits. And obviously it didn't work, but that was the concept. That was the
and it does. I'm glad you said that because if someone's listening, no one's obviously looking to make you feel bad. But
no, I understand.
I am.
No, it's just sometimes you'll hear advice and you'll be like, oh yeah, that you might have thought it already. Then you hear some people say it in a loving way. You're like, yeah, maybe I should But now that people know why you did it, they know your intent obviously was you were trying to do something really cool with a subject that's touchy, and then when it
Yeah, I had a rape, not even a joke. It was just something that somebody actually told me once, and I used to try to put it on stage. It was she said that she had been raped twice, and I actually asked her was one better than the other, and that's a legit question. but I tried to do it so many different ways to make it not
it's nothing like your first. It's always special. First time you get dragged behind a bush.
Right.
But you say that's a legitimate question. You're kidding, right?
That's a joke.
Oh, okay.
but even just joking about it and saying that it was like a real, question, I still felt the second I brought up the word rape, there was people in the audience just kind of just shut off.
Well,
so I lost them probably for the rest of the.
Remember Daniel got in trouble for that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he didn't get in trouble. That they called TMZ for him.
Well, Tosh was, you know that story, right? Well, that was my fucking fault. Because he came in to get something to eat with me, and I was drunk, and I said, you want to go on? He goes, no, I'm tired, let's just go get something to eat. So we're walking by in the Laugh Factory, and I go, hey, Tosh is here, Frades, bring him up. And he went, oh, fuck you, motherfucker, to me. And then he said, what do you guys want to talk about? And somebody goes, rape. And he goes, and some lady goes, that's not funny. And he goes, well, it's not funny unless you're the one getting gangbanged by fire. And that's how the whole thing started. Yeah. He never meant to do anything.
Yeah.
He wasn't ready.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Jamie Massato.
Anyway, great set. keep up the bad work.
Scott, right?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
About 5 months.
Oh, there you go.
Finish him!
Where are you from?
North Carolina.
Nice. How long have you
Where
been
at?
here?
3 weeks.
Wow, there
Where
you
at
go.
North Carolina?
Charlotte.
You better stay away from my brother and his kids.
Where? Well, I'm not there anymore.
Oh, yeah. See, why can't you say shit like that in your act?
That's funny. That's like improv.
That's what you
with
need
the
to
bang,
do.
The back and forth thing.
But there you go. From now on, just take Dom Irrera on stage with you. You have a whole thing going on.
Yeah, the only thing you need, like, is just more talent. Seriously, that would help.
So you've been doing it for, what was it, 5 months?
Yeah, about 5 months.
So you did it for 4 months in North Carolina, and you're like, fuck it, I'm ready for Hollywood. Let's go.
Well, no, I do film editing, so that's why.
Oh, nice.
That's why I'm here. But,
Well, great.
But I like doing this too. So.
Well, congratulations and welcome, and in another 5 months,
Woody, how much money you have in your pocket right now? Give the guy some money.
I'm Italian. I got a couple grand.
Oh, sorry.
What do you got?
Me, I don't know. I don't think I have any money. Okay, what's our next person?
Scott, thank you so much. Welcome to Hollywood, buddy. How about that, though? Don't you wish?
Oh boy, pancreatic cancer. Then you know you're dead. Anyway, thank you guys. You know, when you get 6 months to live, you really drink it up. You know what? Don't really give a fuck.
No, I don't want to be the one that gives like, motivational, like it's cheesy in a cheesy way. But like I always say to guys that are newer, like if you're at a town and there's somebody going up, and sometimes they'll go, "You have any advice?" And I do really say this, and I fucking mean it. I go, "Look, you're going to go up tonight for the first time. If it goes well, yeah, that's a bonus. It's better to do well. I'm not going to fucking act like no." But the truth is, even if you bomb and you do 3 minutes, one thing you'll be able to say, and it's not bullshit. You fucking did it. Mm-hmm. You go home, you put your head in that pillow at night, and that's a big fucking deal. To go to a comedy club, perform in front of 3 people, it's like, yeah. So I'm always like, just don't go out and don't half-ass celebrate it. You get up there for the first time, right. So that's at the end of it. But that's, you know.
Todd, blow me, all right? Fucking blow
well,
me.
It's not like I don't think it's also funny to say all the funny stuff, too, but I don't know. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? I do.
I promised myself I wasn't going to cry tonight, but you always get me with your motivational speeches. I did it, man. Don't you fucking forget it.
Scott Laz is at Skidaddle on Twitter, by the way. He actually has the handle Skidaddle, Skitdaddle. 5 months. Do you guys remember any joke that you had when you very first started comedy that you can't believe you ever said on stage? Like that you look back on.
Dom said this already, but I remember it being funny. One of his earlier ones.
Yeah, I ask every guest that when they come on.
Okay, under one condition. I want to fix something. Others I'll lay in bed at night eating my brain. When I was talking about the first time on stage, I wasn't referencing Scott because
no, I know.
He's been doing it 5 months. I was just saying.
No,
okay, back to you.
No, I know. I just use that as a segue.
I know. I didn't know.
Question.
I didn't know. The joke in Mac. I'll think about it while Dom answers.
Well, I don't know. I have many jokes that were my first joke.
Maybe something you did, in the first few months. I mean, not necessarily your first time on stage, but something that you look back on and you're like, wow, I can't believe I did that.
One of the stupidest jokes I had was a guy stood up in the middle of my act. It's a really bad joke. Mm-hmm. He goes, "I hate you, motherfucker. I hope you die." And that was the owner of the club. That was like, "Is this thing on? Hello?" That was the owner of the club, folks. Where did I lose you? What is this, an audience for an oil painting? Come on. Give a little. Ooh, ah, ooh. This is sounds is working in the ear.
What kind of guy?
I don't know. What else? What's your first one?
Well, song parodies. Everyone did a song parody.
Yeah.
So like, of course, I didn't have a guitar or anything, but like.
Did you ever? I don't remember this.
No, it was like I did it for like 3 months maybe, but like it was like the song, like. Dream. It was like cheese whiz, cheese. The only problem is I can't get it out of the jar, and because it was hard to get out of the jar. And now here's the worst part: it got a good laugh. I only dropped it because a comedian friend, told me. He goes, eh. I was like, no. He's like, no.
There was a guy. He was like an acid head from back from the '60s, and this was in the '80s. And we would write him bad song parodies, and the owner would go, "Don't encourage the cocksucker," because it would be like, "If you cleave me now, you'll take away the biggest part of me." Fucking songs like that. And the audience would be fucking applauding. Right. He would get mad.
People love music.
We had a comedian that would go up, and we would not where he knew it. Even then, I wouldn't have been that heartless. But we would fake laugh at this comedian.
Who was it?
I don't want to say his name, but he doesn't do it anymore. But anyway, what if he's listening?
We
would go in the back, and we would.
Wayne Cotter?
No.
Was it Wayne? I'm kidding you. We have a history.
Oh, this is great.
So
I could watch you.
So he would go up. So he would go up, and we would like sit in the crowd, but we laughed like I wasn't like no, we really laughed good. Like if we were in a movie, the extra person would go, "You're doing a fucking great job." So one day the owner of the club, the owner of the club goes, "You guys, you can't do that." His name was Steve Young, and he was right. He goes, "It's not nice." And then he went up
He
that
wore a
night.
cape. This fucking guy had a cape.
The owner of the club, he wore a cape. He looked, he
Cape
should
and a
have.
top hat.
And so the guy went out on stage, he did his act, and none of us laughed. And after like 1 minute, Steve walked over to us and he looked at us all, he went, go ahead. It was less painful for us to fake laugh than watch this poor guy. Go ahead, do it.
Wow.
Anyway, there's that.
That's amazing.
That's not amazing.
There was a comedy club owner that wore a cape?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did. I thought you meant the comedian.
Wow.
I
That's
know.
awkward.
She's got nice tits.
He didn't really work.
Oh, he did? Fuck yeah, welcome new
Let's get the
people
next comedian up,
just in
because I know
time.
they're anxious. I want to be part of quickening it, not slowing it down.
Here
Well,
we-
Todd told his 20-minute story.
Your next comedian is Jake Adams. Here he comes. Fuck yeah, Jake.
Hey guys. I think the term little white lie might have came from slavery time. It's like, yeah, he lied, but he is white, so it's not that big of a deal. I still lie a little bit, mostly to girls, but just about really dumb stuff. Like, I told a girl that I was 23. I'm 22, so no difference. Does that count as part of my time, or? Like I told a girl that I ride a motorcycle, drive a scooter. So, girls lie to you as well, though. Like I was on a date with a girl, and in the first 5 minutes, she told me that she has ADD, but just when it comes to dating guys. It's like, no, you just really enjoy dick. Let's not beat around the bush, all right? Especially when your bush is getting beat quite constantly.
That bear came out. Fuck yeah.
Did you ever think about writing something about breast cancer?
That's what I was thinking.
I like how you lie about things that don't matter. That's a fun premise. It's almost like it makes me wonder like what would happen next. You know what I mean? Like what if this girl finds out about your lies?
All these little mediocre small lies.
Right.
You lie about the color of your scooter. You're like, it's blue, it's black. Why? For what?
Right.
There's just little ideas. What's your name again? I know, Jake. Jake, you were funny. I'm so glad you're funny. Jake does like the music on my podcast, and so I was like,
cool.
oh, I wanted you to do it. He got good laughs. So it's not. Tell the story about. No, can I ask him to like
You
give
can
the
do whatever
highlights?
you want.
When he was little, he told a story on the podcast where he would. Is it okay if I tell this?
Yeah.
About he would hide under his. He said, in his Jake way, he goes, I got to tell you, this doesn't normally matter, but my grandmother is like really big. And when he was little, she would wear these big dresses, and you used to hide under
we
the
would play
dress.
like hide and go seek with my my sister would be like hanging out, and we played hide and go seek, and I knew that I could just like go and hide underneath my grandmother's sundress.
But then he would.
Yeah, but then like, cause like you're not gonna go find me under my grandmother's sundress, and you can't like as my friend, you can't go up to somebody else's grandmother. Be like, excuse me, can I look under your dress? I'm like, no. But yeah, she was super fat. So
And no, well, that's not. You said you would see stuff under there that you knew you shouldn't be seeing. It was like you were like, ooh, like
pussy.
hiding Stuart.
No.
That's amazing.
Dripping pussy. All right, I'm sorry. Maybe that wasn't the best story. Go back to his stand-up because that's what he did. I don't want to.
No,
I don't want him to get knocked off points because of his drippy pussy story.
Put a lot of stuff in there.
Tom goes, Todd, I asked for a piece of paper to write down my ideas and it's completely blank. Tom goes, you're really working hard on your ideas.
The That's fun that you did they ever find you under there? And how long would you be stuck under there without them finding you? Like, what do you think if you had to guess? What's the longest you spend underneath your fat grandma's dress?
Sometimes it would be a while, because once you're under there, it's like your kid is like somewhat comfortable, like you're just hanging out, you know. It's a lot of shade.
Do you like sushi?
Did you ever sneak a look? I mean, did you?
I don't. But at that age, it wasn't aggressive, like mean.
Right.
You know,
At
like
your
towards my
age or
grandmother.
at her age? Like, what are we drawing the line on here?
And the reason I made him tell that story, just so you know, and it makes everything make sense, his grandmother listens to this show, so we just
Right.
thought it'd be a fun way to find out. No.
Okay, so she was just like standing the whole time you were playing hide and seek?
Sitting. Is it sitting? I picture it sitting, by the way. What is it?
Right?
No, she would be standing. Yeah.
Oh.
And I would like
Wow.
fall under.
Wow.
And
Strong
I
ankles.
mean, for her, it was just like quality time with her kid.
Right. It was almost like giving birth again.
Right. Exactly.
All right. Crazy thing is that I think a lot of us have hidden under your grandmother's dress while playing a game of hide and go seek now. Jake, I can't remember what the stand-up was about. That story's so intriguing.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was just like dumb lies that I told the girl.
yeah.
You're 22, 23, same thing.
Yeah.
I wonder what the girl would say if she found out that you were actually 22. I mean, that's almost a girl that's not worth
She
keeping.
would still not have sex with him.
Ooh, Courtney on the offensive. Gotta be careful with our head of securities. They get a little feisty sometimes.
What if you walked over and punched her after she said that? We don't know you have a short fuse. You're like,
Fuck yeah.
Thank you.
How long have you been doing stand-up, Jake?
About 2.5 years.
Nice. Heck yeah. You have a good look. You have like a very, I don't know what it is. It's almost like Johnny Manziel and James Franco at the same time. You see that, Dom? Yeah. See that? No? All right, forget it.
do you want to talk about the...
Oh, what's another one? I mean, you bring out the
No,
best,
there's
and that
nothing.
sundress is amazing.
Oh, no, was it?
Yeah,
Really?
hiding under.
Could that be a funny movie?
What I loved about it is how he like kept almost secretly, not very politely admitting that his grandmother was fat throughout it.
Well, you don't want to make it like you're having, you're being mean-spirited, but look,
Right.
he really did that, so he was
Yeah.
under there, and it
Yeah.
was like, he told it more descriptive at the podcast. I think you're embarrassed in front of an audience, but he really, I'm just kidding. He got into detail. Oh.
Woo! Yikes.
So you're saying he was much funnier when he wasn't in front of people?
Kinda, yeah. I mean,
I didn't say
that's
that.
That's what happens. in
It's
comedy,
kind
right?
of mean-spirited saying that. Maybe you should look into yourself before you start judging him.
You know what?
What?
That's what everybody at my family says. And you're right. It's right. I don't want to be the type of person that's like, oh no, you get defensive. You might have a valid point. I'm going to really try to work on
Yeah,
it.
work.
Thank
And
you.
also, while you're at it, work on your act.
Well, you know what? I don't even mind that either. You know what? Because, no, I get lazy. I'm not going to be honest. I go, Jesus Christ, it's been a while since I've, So Dom, I know he loves me, so if he says that, it's like,
I
yeah,
do.
fucking listen to him. He's right. I'm going to work on my act. And I know there's a lot of comedians here. You could work on your acts, too, while you're at it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cocksuckers.
By the way, I need 3 comedians randomly to stare at me and then snap out of it and smile. Okay, there we go. We got 7. Cool. Like, get into your own headspace and then, like, realize it and then laugh for a minute and then go back to your own headspace. It's just so comforting to see.
Steve Young just walked in. He said it's okay.
Where are you from, Jake?
And I do the same thing. I don't want you to.
Born in Boston, grew up in Barnstable, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. What'd you call it?
It's on Cape Cod.
Is that where your grandma lives?
Yeah,
She's still alive?
she is.
That's awesome.
Can you imagine what that smells like now? I wouldn't want to go under that dress now. It's some funk apples.
Only got worse, really.
Dressed like a hot air balloon. It just
Yeah.
floats.
His other grandmother calls him. I know. We called her on the show, and she called. I go, call your grandmother on the show. He goes, we're this thing called the Science of Happiness, and you call people, you tell them, you read something that tells them how much you meant to them. It's sort of fun to do. So he called his grandmother, the other grandmother, and she calls him. It was so funny to see her just not knowing she was on a show or anything. She goes, "Oh, hi, Jacobs." We're like, Jacobs, look at you.
Your baby.
And
That'd be great to call the. I'm sorry.
no, nothing.
That'd be great to call the big grandma sometime, and ask her what her thoughts were about having her
What?
grandson underneath her dress.
I guess she
Right?
loved it. What if she wrote poems about it when she got home? I could feel his breath looking up at me and play with my string.
String?
Like a cat.
What kind of
It's crazy
string
how,
do you...
like, not that...
Grandmas don't wear tampons.
It sounds like a bumper sticker. Grandmas don't wear tampons. Fuck yeah. Well, Jake, great job. Keep rocking. Thanks for coming on.
Cool, thanks, guys.
Say hi to your cool friend that works here at the Comedy Store. I'm trying to figure out who it is all night.
He's at Young Jake Adams on Twitter. He's the Young Jake Adams on Twitter. It's going to be interesting if Twitter's still around 20 years from now and he's still going by Young Jake Adams on it. I love that. I see a little 20-year delayed joke. Fuck yeah. Get the setup out there now, plant the seed. 20 years, the laughs will come.
It's a good one. I'll reprimand him back in there.
Put him back under his grandma's dress.
Yeah, I'll teach him a lesson.
Patriot, how you doing over there? Cold and strong?
Moist.
Hello.
Can you show us? Show us.
All right, Brian, settle down.
Show you moisture? Ugh.
Okie dokie. Your next comedian goes by the name of Austin Embry, everyone. Austin Embry.
How's it going, guys? Yeah, crowd work done. So has anyone been molested in here? Yeah. That shit tickles, man. Yeah, I was molested when I was real little. I was like 9 years old. And the babysitter was like, all right, Austin, it's time to take a bath. And I was like, cool. And I got naked, but I left on my underwear. She was like, nah, those gotta come off too. And I was like, but you're gonna see my wee-wee. She's like, it's all right, we're all adults here. The assist right there. So I took off my underwear and she's like, my.
I was like, it's supposed to be a cat.
There you go, Austin Embry, everybody. Put your hands together for Austin. Yeah.
That was fucking hot.
Yeah.
See, that's a good way to take a weird subject and kind of make it funny.
Yeah,
like I
absolutely.
don't like I was molested by my babysitter and I didn't feel any weird shit from it. I was kind of
The
interested to see.
tickled was a good line.
Yeah.
So I want to know what happened at the end, though.
Say what?
What happened at the end?
I was gonna get to that, but I was just gonna. I don't know. It sounds stupid though, explaining a joke.
Well, if you could trim your act to 35 seconds, you're home.
Yeah. Just need to trim. I don't know. It's not a minute, I guess. So.
How long have you been doing stand-up, Austin?
Like 2.5 years. Moved out
Nice.
here like 2.5 years ago. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
From where?
I knew he'd done it for a while when he said crowd work done.
Yeah.
It's a good line, right?
Let's not get carried away.
Where are you from, Austin?
Kansas City.
Oh, yeah. I know a lot of comedians from that area.
Yeah, there's a lot of Jeremiah Watkins,
Mhm.
Reggie Jr.,
Yeah. A lot of them.
Rob Riggle.
There you go. Fuck yeah.
Kind of.
This is great having lunch with you. Going over old times.
Was the molesting thing real?
No, but it's, I
goes
don't know.
that.
It's kind of fabricated.
It's just something that you fantasize about.
Yeah, like I remember my babysitter. She was undressing. I don't know how to explain this.
Just do it slower.
Yeah, she was undressing in her room, and I was kind of peeking through the door, and she could see me, but she kept undressing.
Yes.
And I was like scared because she saw me and like made eye contact, so I just ran away.
How old were you at this time?
I was like 9 years old.
And it was like
22.
It was like the door was cracked open?
Yeah, the door was like kind of cracked open. I was like peeking through.
And she looked over and saw your eyeball for sure and made eye contact. And
she
then
kept going.
That's what happened with Jake and his grandmother, I heard.
Yeah.
Might be.
Dom gave me that joke. God damn it, you whispered that to me. You got me, didn't you? I hope you're happy.
So when you were you kept watching her.
Yeah.
Or you ran.
Unlike every other 9-year-old that would have ran away when they made eye contact, you stayed in the pocket.
No, he ran away.
No, I ran away.
Oh, you didn't watch.
Yeah, I didn't watch. So it's kind of crazy, man. It kind of.
Now, did your body do anything when you ran away? Did you
like have
Fuck yeah.
No, not really.
Hell yeah, Austin.
Yeah, man.
So do you talk about a lot of do you talk about a lot of like dark things like that a lot, or in your act, or?
No, it's like a cool subject to talk about because like everyone tenses up, but then I kind of make light on it. So yeah, kind of silly on stage. So
Fuck yeah.
tell some silly jokes.
I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Dom, what do you think about Austin? What's going on over there?
When was the last time you were molested, Dom?
What's today?
You know, I always say it should be funnier than it is twisted. So you think this is? I did this joke like twice on stage, talking about like there'd be no way you could ever have a series like a sitcom or a dramatic series where the dad molests the son. There's no way, but there is in a weird way. The dad doesn't start molesting the son until the son is 43 to get him to move out of the house. So you're sort of like, all right, maybe you're like 43, he could move out. But I did that joke like maybe 10 years ago or 15 years ago, and then that was one of the jokes I was like, maybe I'm not going to just, I'm not going to defend it. It wasn't going over well. I thought he was funny. I thought you were funny.
Yeah.
It's again, I'm going to say it every time. I get it. And it would punch me in the head. It's weird to, I mean, although I like it because I love fucking talking about comedy. So I'm not critiquing the show, but you want to critique it in a fair way. It's like, if I had to guess, like if I saw you can't tell in a minute, but if I saw you in a minute, I thought, this guy's fucking funny. If I had to guess.
Definitely had stage presence.
And you had fun in the bit, the tickle thing. It was like, yeah, I can tell this guy's funny. And then you have to watch someone, like, once you think someone's funny, like if you walk into a comedy club, you're like, oh, that guy's funny, that girl's funny. Then the next time you're at the club, you take a look at them more. You're like, oh, yeah, and they catch you. And then over a period of months, you learn. You're like, they are funny. Your instincts were right. So that's where I'm going to leave it.
Fuck yeah, Austin. Thank you so much. That's Austin Embry. He's Ace90210 on Twitter. I've always wondered who got that Twitter handle, Ace90210. That's him.
It's a long one.
Ace90210. All right.
And of course, I'll have a merch table set up on the way out of here if anybody is interested.
You sell things?
Not that often.
I can't do it. I can't sell things.
Well,
I can't fucking have people pay to see me and then get them on the way out.
Yeah.
With fucking forget about it t-shirts or some bada boom bada bing.
You know what it is for a lot of I say I can defend it because I probably 10% of my career I've sold stuff, mostly I haven't. But for a lot of middles on the road, even good middles, they need the money,
I don't mind when they sell it.
You don't. You know what? I always tell headliners when they're selling it, and I've told a few friends this, and I'm surprised. If you're a newer act, it doesn't matter. But I've seen guys doing comedy 20 years and they sell stuff and they take the money. I'm like, at least fucking set up a table like this, go to the end, sign stuff. Don't sit there with a wad of money.
I hate the motherfuckers like Bobby Collins.
He says on the way out, he goes, folks, don't remember, the MC has to say, Bobby Collins will be selling this on the way out. Don't forget, folks, do the right thing. Oh, like that
He
makes...
has a daughter who has something wrong with her, and he uses that, but he really keeps the money. He's a fucking asshole.
Wow.
Fucking hate him.
That's true?
Yeah, why? What did I say? Oh, I'm the bad guy now?
But that is a little weird to say do the right thing. So me and my friends have this running joke where we play a doorman at a comedy club, and he's like, all right, folks, there's the right way to leave, and people are walking that way. You're going the wrong way? They're like, what? I'm just leaving. That's the wrong way. No, I don't care. You don't have to buy stuff. It's just the right way and the wrong way. Okay, going out the wrong way. Those people are going out the wrong way. These people are going out the right way. It's like, fuck, you can't tell people to do the right thing. Like, no, you have to go in my car. Oh, it was a fun night, but at the end, I did the wrong thing. I didn't have money. Times are tight. I had to do the wrong thing. It was a weird way to end off the night.
That's
But anyway.
amazing.
What if Bobby Collins hears this? Erase this.
Is that I've never heard of him. Is he a New York guy or?
Yeah, he's a fucking
yeah.
asshole.
I don't have any problem with him at all. Dom's got a,
I hate 3 comedians. And that's it. I love 1,000 of them, so that's not a bad percentage.
Who are these
That's
3?
fine.
I agree with that. If you overall love all comedians, maybe the few that you say bad things about, maybe it's not because you're jealous. Maybe it is just the way you feel. Because Dom's right. Like, how many comedians could you go, oh, I fucking love them, I fucking love them.
No, I have a lot of,
Who were the 3?
Well, Craig Shoemaker is one of them.
The Love
I hate
Master?
that
He's
motherfucker.
full of
He
love.
stole that. He
Okay.
stole that bit. Listen to this, that cocksucker. He stole that bit from a woman who got pregnant, Karen Haber. So she had to go and have her baby. When she came back, he was doing the bit, and he made a success out of it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the comedy, huh?
Oh, I want to
Yeah, let's go to
hear the other 2.
Let's go to the next act.
Okay. Perhaps.
Was there one more? Oh, yeah, you're
2
right.
more.
Perhaps we could find the 4th
I'm not saying the other one.
Perhaps the next comedian could be the 4th comedian that Dom hates.
It's Darren Carter, right?
No.
By the way, Darren Carter.
It's Darren Carter.
Everybody
The
loves
party
Darren Carter.
starter.
I know.
But I have a story about Darren Carter, and this is the truth.
True story. Stop me if you heard this.
He might not be a party starter. This is a true story. Some act in Washington, D.C. said after the show he had a coupon for a Red Robin's hamburger, and he wanted him to drive him there. So the joke was like, maybe he's not such a party starter. He's going to the Red Robin to eat a hamburger. And I know it's not the Red Robin, but it was something like that. It's an affectionate story.
Let it go. The joke worked. You worry too much.
I do worry too much. It's better to worry too much than too little.
I don't give a fuck.
Then I talk about the, Jake Adams' grandmother's dripping pussy. So I make up for it.
Put your hands together for your next comedian. He goes by the name of Mike Cummings.
Beyonce.
There he is.
My girlfriend lives in Washington, so I've been sending a lot of masturbation videos over the internet, and I'm 37, so I haven't been doing it very long, and there's only so many angles that I can shoot videos of my penis. But I do have a Mac, which has iMovie, which has a lot of really cool programs. For example, you can shoot a movie preview, like an action preview, and so I shot this little action preview movie with lots of explosions and dramatic music, and it was me versus my penis, and she really liked that. And last week I sent her a video of the shadow on the wall of me masturbating. I'm running out of genres. I tried to go film noir with it, but so if anyone is like a film student and can help me, I'm not asking you to shoot me masturbating, but just show me how to do it classy, because she's a good girl and she deserves. I'm done.
It's exactly
Perfect
a
timing.
minute. Fuck yeah, that's a fun area. Mixing films and masturbating.
Do you really do that?
Yes, I really do that.
Do you ever play with shadows, like shadow puppets?
Well,
on the wall?
I have a red wall in my room, and I was jerking off one day without the camera, and I saw the shadow looked really well defined, and then I wanted to see if it would actually show my stream after.
Awesome.
So
Did it work?
I saved up a couple days and I did it, and she says she saved that one, so I don't know.
Here's a tip too. If you have an iPhone, you could also like an iPhone 5S. You could the slow motion speed. You could film it at I think 120 frames.
I have a
So then
Droid.
it shoots out really slow, like this little bubble thing.
my
like
God.
NASA.
You play the Benny Hill theme while you're masturbating, and then when it shoots, it's crazy.
Chariots of Fire.
Chariots.
Fuck yeah. Maybe you make a Western with your masturbation
Well,
films where you just
iMovie
have
has a
a
whole lot of them.
where you have a little cowboy hat on
partner.
the tip of your penis and you're just stroking the shaft.
Partner, that's quite an arc of cheese you got coming out of you. Thank you, man.
There's just those little swinging Western doors and just a penis comes through.
You do like a Muppets theme where like puppets masturbate your penis for you.
Oh fuck yeah.
Go
Fucking
crazy.
Yeah,
Googly eyes, you can buy them at Michael's. Really cheap, real fun to do. It makes it, you can make them look like they're puking.
Are you also in a long distance relationship right now?
No, I just do it to all my friends.
Oh.
A couple people here sitting over here have seen a few of them.
Yeah, if you put the googly eyes on your penis and you make them so that they're googly and you take a picture, you could hashtag the video cockeyed. Because it's all right. I saw an opportunity and I took it. Put a little lipstick on.
Well, my wife died of cockeyed, so I don't think that's appropriate.
Hell yeah.
Have you ever tried to do that? There's like dick tricks where you can make your dick look like a hamburger and stuff. Have you ever tried? Like, there's a website that shows you how to do all these like really cool things. They can make it look like a taco or like Abraham Lincoln. Like I think it's.
Are we talking about on video or just like
no,
manipulating your penis to?
It's like, well, it just shows you like different things you can bend them and like make like kind of
like a Broadway play where they did like it was all about stretching ball sacks and shit like that.
Yeah.
Puppetry of the penis. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, I think that's. But there's a website that breaks it down.
I have a really tight sack.
All right, Mike. I'm really.
God, you never stop writing, do you?
I gotta get something out of this.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it weird when balls get sick and they get really tight and you're just like, what happened here? You know, it's like really.
When what balls get?
When the balls get like really tight, like sometimes you're like, oh, you can play with them and stretch them, but other times it's like a hard rock almost.
Oh, that's.
I think you have testicular cancer. I'm pretty sure.
Everybody knows what you mean.
Yeah.
Every guy knows what you mean, but they're all going, whoa, what? Like, we're all going, yeah, I know what he means. I don't know why, though. That's the only problem. But I wasn't going to,
Neil the Tyson guys who can come here.
That'd be a great question for him. Hey, astrophysicist. I have a question about my balls.
Maybe did she send you back stuff, like videos? Like, do you have like pussy puppets?
Well,
like,
she's
Does she
no,
like?
she doesn't.
She never just makes a video where her vagina's talking.
She has sent me a couple of them, but she's very self-conscious, and so I figure if I send her enough that, like, I get like one for every 15 maybe.
Right. Why is she self-conscious? Because like her pussy lips are big or something?
I don't know. I think a lot of women are self-conscious about their pussy lips.
Just have her tuck it in before she takes it.
That's
Okie dokie.
I could talk to this guy all day.
You could be his cinematographer for his masturbation movie.
Nope.
I find it fitting that your last name is Cummings after hearing what you talked about for a minute.
That's not all I talk about, but that's what I'm working on right now.
Any relation to Whitney?
Not at all.
I had a feeling.
She's like 6 inches taller than me anyway.
Right.
And skinny. And funny.
This is getting a little bit sad.
I'm sorry.
Mike.
I didn't bring it up. You brought it up.
Dom, you ever make a masturbation your video of yourself masturbating?
You ever send a dick?
No. I come too fast when I think about it. Even when my dick's not hard, just as it goes.
Well, Vines are only like
Let me
8
tell you
seconds.
something seriously. You can't start with material like that. You can only after you're established you can do it. But there's no club owner that I know, from Mike Lacey to the Ice House to Jamie to Mitzi to Bud or whoever the fuck's running these clubs. Nobody's gonna go, you gotta hear this new guy with this masturbation video thing. It's fucking dope. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can.
Like, you're not gonna go anywhere with that. I mean, even if you get laughs, you're gonna be playing C rooms.
This is only a minute, though.
I know.
It's not my opening bit.
I know. I'm just saying that even though it's only a minute, it's very hard. I mean, I know it's fucking hard. Like, I'm not saying it's not a minute, but it's the subject matter, and I'm the biggest pig as anybody. But the subject matter, it's just not gonna happen. Even because the thing that's bad is only a minute. They'll judge you in that fucking minute for a couple of years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you went into the Laugh Factory or the Comedy Store on Sunday night, whatever night they have audition, and they saw that, they go, yeah, he got some laughs, but what are we gonna do with him? You know. Anyway.
It's very kind of you.
Love your work. No, I'm just telling you.
I appreciate it.
No, he doesn't want to jerk you off and tell you the wrong stuff. See, what I did there was a jerk you off thing because he was talking about jerking off, and again, nothing is connecting really. This isn't exactly the I'm not exactly at the top of my game right now, obviously. And now that me acknowledging it is making it weirder. And so now we're in a super deep hole. Does anybody have any questions, perhaps? No. Mike, thank you so much. That's Mike Cummings. Perhaps you could put a detective hat on your penis and call it Dick Tracy, or make Pulp Fiction, reenact lines with your penis movie making for your girlfriend.
Put your phone away. Wait, ma'am. I see you on your phone. You're looking at your phone.
She's tweeting about how much fun she's having at Kill Tony.
You are?
Hashtag Kill Tony.
Tweet away.
Extra awesome tonight. Let's get another person up here. How you guys doing? You guys having fun?
You guys are great. You get it.
It's good you don't pander.
He's doing a callback.
Anthony Bablitz.
Anthony Bablitz.
How's it going? So I was in the Navy and I got a joke about that. What do you call a sperm whale covered in oil? My dick with a magnum condom on. Bang. Bang. What's going on, Tony? Wow. One more joke I just wrote. Do you guys think Proactive can cure AIDS? Anyone? Anyone?
That's your agent. You just got paid.
This is what I want to do. I want to go get AIDS, and then in 3 easy payments of $29.99, I get Proactive and squirt it all over my dick. That's all I got, Tony. What am I at? 42?
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
You're really good at knowing how long you've been on stage.
Thanks.
That's a special talent. You nailed that. I mean, you said 42 seconds. I looked and it said 42.
I swear to God, you fucking duped me, because the way your outfit and the way you walked up, I'm thinking this kid's got something. I was so fucking wrong.
Yeah.
That actually makes me feel good.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, you had the look and the swagger, and
I didn't think I was going to get called, and then I did, and I didn't want to pull my phone out the whole time.
And then you did.
you actually interrupted yourself, which is amazing.
It's true. In the beginning, you had momentum. Like, you were so accidentally funny for a few seconds in a row. It was awesome.
I got a joke for you.
Yeah.
It's always, hey, it's awesome, you know?
Yeah.
What's up, Death Squad Nation, huh? Carl's Jr.
Don't get weird. Don't get weird. Just relax, Anthony. Stay in the pocket, Anthony. Everything's going to be okay.
Do you actually do comedy, or did you just want to go on stage?
Red Band, seriously, I like writing jokes. I like writing jokes, and then every once in a while I do them. I like having my notepad out a lot.
How come you didn't say some of the jokes that you wrote?
I did 2 of them. I did the Proactive one and the Magnum condom one was good. I like that.
No, but I mean, I'm talking about jokes.
I see.
When I say joke, I mean something that's funny. You know?
I gotta go back to the iPhone. Cause I use my notepad.
Oh, you use your notepad on?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I tried. You know, I'm gonna leave out that door.
No, don't do that.
No, Anthony,
Yeah.
it's okay.
You got something funny about you.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's better. By the way, that's better. That's not a half-baked compliment. Someone's going, your bones are funny. You know what it is? I can tell now that my instincts were totally wrong. I thought exactly what Don thought when you were walking up. I'm like, oh, why did I get, for no reason, I'm guessing this guy's going to be funny. And then I thought you didn't give it, I thought, oh, is it like, I don't want to comment on it if someone just doesn't, I thought maybe you didn't give a shit. I thought you were like.
No, I do.
And then when I talk to you, obviously you do. You're like, oh, I didn't know I was going to go up. You had
Yeah.
shit in your head. You get up here. I get it. You never know. But like, I'd rather hear your have a funny vibe about you, because you can't. You
Well, I
can
got a
write
really, really cool joke I wrote about leaving stuff in the refrigerator.
A really, really cool joke?
No,
Double
I really
really?
liked it. But I try. Tony's a really cool dude, so I didn't know I was gonna get called. Seriously, there's only a couple more names left. So
So what's the joke? I gotta hear it.
Yeah, what is it?
about the refrigerator, it's more observational comedy.
Wait,
but
this is the really, really cool joke?
yeah.
Okay.
There's something magical about eating something and then knowing once you put it in the refrigerator, you're never gonna go back to it. You know, you got a fucking can of pinto beans and you just put it in there and you just leave it in there for the rest of its life.
Why? That's the setup.
Yeah, what part of that was the joke? I mean, like in your head, is that a joke? No, I'm being serious though. Is that a joke in your head? Or is
in
that...
my head, I think it's because I think it's funny about leaving stuff in the refrigerator and knowing you're never gonna like pick it out of there.
You know what that was? Maybe like it's like in the '80s when people started doing observational comedy. You could just point something out, like when you're little and you had this, and the crowd's like, "Oh my God, we did that." But then after a while, the crowd goes, "Okay, yeah, we remember that. Now, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to talk about it?" Does that make sense? What I just said at all?
Right.
What's the deal with the beans?
I think you'll agree that of all beans, pinto beans are the funniest.
Right.
Yeah. I do think about it a little bit before I put it in my shit. Like I was writing it.
Also, you're putting yourself in a hole saying I got a really good joke. Because we'll be the judge of that. No, don't shoot yourself in the head.
No, you wouldn't know what I do right now if I had a loaded gun. Seriously.
Oh, geez.
He goes like, shoot.
Not because of this.
We knew you wouldn't write a joke with it.
What? I didn't even hear that. It's all good. Tony, are we...
Wait, what?
You're fine. You're going to be fine. Where do you live around here?
Yeah, I live in Eho.
You'll go. You're fine. You're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Please, I don't need to live with that.
Are you really thinking of
I mean, it would be really good publicity for this podcast, but don't do it.
That would put you on the map, wouldn't it?
Hey, can I do another throw out?
What?
No.
Hey, throw it out? Somebody?
No.
Shout out?
Yeah, you're
shout
not
out.
even. No shout out, Anthony. Thank you so much, Anthony Bablitz. He's at Dickman on Twitter.
Anthony
Dickman. This is fun. We have a special guest here. Every time she's here, she does a spot on the show. Put your hands together for her, everybody. It's Missy Martinez. Yeah.
So I have a really irrational fear of my teeth falling out. I have recurring stress streams, my teeth chipping, my teeth falling out. But so I decided to be proactive, and I did my research, and I found out that I have at least 3 to 5 years before the meth rots them. So that's some good news. I was homeschooled, and I think that's a really good thing because now doing porn, I always have a bunch of guys, or I would have a bunch of guys coming up to me saying, "Oh, I went to high school with you, and now you suck dicks for money. That's really funny." So being homeschooled, I only have to deal with my brother saying that. And my dad's retired now, so I try to visit him a lot. I'm a daddy's girl, and it takes a really long time to set up a date to see my dad because I apparently have a lot of dudes named Daddy in my phone contacts. Thank you, guys.
Fuck yeah.
Great. I like that last one.
First of all, I disqualify myself because I'm a fan. I've been watching you since I was a kid, and I love your work. Especially the girl things.
Thank you.
No,
I'm so honored. It's so weird. Thank you.
You know what's weird? I am fucking dead serious. I've watched your whole career.
That is so awesome.
I've watched you grow.
That was his dick hand.
Fuck yeah.
It's so funny because Dom's being 100% true or honest right now. He met Dana Diarmond recently, and he says I can't even watch her videos now that I've met her.
No, yeah, but I couldn't jerk off to her anymore.
Yeah.
But you, that's another story. I still got a little load left for you.
That's love.
I always think about when you're in porn. Do you ever go, "That's rude"? You're out of line, pal.
No, as long as people don't think I'm fat, I'm happy. You can do whatever.
You're not fat.
Just don't think I'm fat.
You're actually much thinner than you look on camera. No, but I'm not saying you look. You look more voluptuous.
There we go. And then we go back to the meth thing.
Meth? Yeah. Anyway, you guys.
Yes,
I
always
had
fun.
no idea what she said. I was fucking mesmerized by her charm and beauty.
Always fun. Again, I love how you keep it on topic. You're talking about, what it's like coming from the porn star perspective, and that's awesome. And it's another funny minute.
Have you ever been on a porn site when they shoot a porn?
Yes.
One time.
You have? I've
Yeah.
never been. How about you?
Kind of.
Kind of?
I mean, there was no cameras, but yeah.
what was it? Spoken word porn? Poetry of the porn?
Where were you? You said yes?
Yeah, Steve Sharippa, you know Steve?
Yeah, from Vegas.
He goes, Dom, go upstairs. They're shooting a porn in the penthouse. This is at Riviera. And I go in, and my girlfriend, we're together. Sophie, remember Sophie?
Mm-hmm, from Montreal.
Yeah. And we go in, and all we see is a girl pissing on another girl. I don't know if you do that, but there was something. The girl's like, and the other girl's fucking squirting in her face, and it was,
Fun stuff.
For some reason, I started doing like the Irish dance. What's it called when you hop?
Jig.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that, but it's fucking incredible.
She said jig, by the way.
It's really hard to do a jig when you're masturbating,
Not
too.
the jig,
So.
the river dance.
Oh.
Because of the water, but it was. Have you ever done that? The peeing thing?
I have never peed on anyone, but I've had a girl pee on me. It was clearly pee, but she said it was squirt.
Yeah. Well, you can't squirt for like 30 seconds.
No,
Right.
It was a full
on.
horse stream of piss.
Oh, wow.
Do you mind asking where it hit you?
All over my face.
All over your face?
All over my face. I got a.
Did you taste it? Did you
Yeah,
like
I got a mouthful of piss.
Would you remember the name of this video? Just in case some nut will want to look it up.
Some weirdo wants to.
We actually got to keep flying. Thank you so much,
thank you,
Missy
guys.
Martinez. She's on Twitter, Missy X Martinez.
Missy X Martinez, ladies and gentlemen.
Always fun.
Missy X
By
Martinez.
the way, you said that you were in porn, but you didn't mention it. Like you said something about porn, but you have to actually say it first.
Well, yeah.
You were assuming they knew that, and they don't.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Just a tech
Yeah.
note.
No, it's true. It's true.
It's a good note. Shame on these fucks for not noticing. And I noticed it. I didn't want to say anything.
Your next young lady, a regular on the show. She started stand-up comedy here on this show. Dropped out of college to keep fulfilling her newfound stand-up comedy career, built completely in the past year. Put your hands together for the very funny Kimberly Congdon. Here she is.
What's up, guys? Yeah, Tony mentioned that I dropped out of college to do stand-up, and I feel like that's become like my name now. Like that's what people know me about. But I don't want to be known as that, you know. I want to be someone that influences people. I want to be different. I want to be unique, like everyone else, you know. So I want to give some advice to you guys that I've thought of and written down. Right, ready, ladies? Don't cry because it's over. Smile because you got off. When life gives you lemons, complain because you're an American. I think that if women want to stop being raped, they should just wear underwear that says, "You're it." All right, guys. Eleanor Roosevelt said, do one thing every day that scares you. And that's why I wake up, I turn off the alarm, and I sleep for 5 more minutes.
There you go, Kimberly Congdon.
I was just trying some stuff out.
Yeah,
this
that's
week.
definitely very experimental. Is
that all right?
I've never seen you pull out a piece of paper before. I've seen you do 44 different 1-minute sets, and that's a new one.
Sometimes it's hard to think of the same thing after
Of course.
a new minute every week.
No,
It's a lot of
absolutely.
pressure,
That's a hard
everybody.
thing. I wouldn't do any of that ever again. No.
Do you want to hear my last one? I had one
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
If you love something, let it go. If it comes back, get it STD tested because he was probably having fun during that break.
Ah.
You know what my favorite line was?
Huh.
About being unique like everybody else.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant line.
Yeah.
And the thing is, she didn't get a laugh on it because the audience is programmed to not think these guys are good.
Right.
So they don't, I'm not no offense, but I understand it. But like that was a fucking classic line.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, like whenever you take we were talking about that once, like when you had a comedian that has maybe use Mitch Hedberg for an example, and then when he would be on the weekend shows early in his career. Yeah, no, you don't. He would be early in his career, like where the audience didn't know who he was, and when he did the weekends, they would get more laughs because they thought, well, this guy's on a 300 people, it's sold out. But on the open mic nights when I saw him once, the crowd would be like, it would be a sort of a weird, and they would go like, it would just be they would be overly analyzing instead of just
They're
going.
underestimating me.
Yeah. Does that make it? I'm sorry.
Todd,
I'm going to call my.
No, it's great.
I don't know what
in
the.
Kilkenny, we had a tribute to Mitch this last summer. It was so fucking cool. Excuse me, I don't mean to take from your time. It was so cool. You guys know Mitch Hedberg?
Yeah.
We had a tribute to him. He was a dear friend of mine, and we had the Irish comedians reading his jokes was so fucking funny. You know,
Wow.
it's like every time I play tennis, no matter how good I get, I realize I'll never be as good as the wall.
I go, Smith owned it. I can't do the accent. Fuck.
Kimberly,
Oh,
thank you
sick.
so much. That's Kimberly
Welcome.
Congdon.
Good job.
She's Kimberly Congdon on Twitter. Congdon, Congdon, Kimberly Congdon on Twitter.
Kimberly.
And your final comedian of the night, as
Oh,
we
it goes so
unfortunately are
quick.
running out of time, is our other regular, Sarah Wine.
Recognize I'm a captain, you a lieutenant.
Was thinking about peanuts the other day. Really hard to just shell a peanut. By the time the shell's off, I don't even want to eat it. Just completely over it. It's a huge to-do. I think that people eat them at baseball games because baseball games are so boring and they need an activity to partake in. So then they have peanuts because it's like an activity and a snack. Why do they say small people are the size of a peanut? Like, that guy's so small, he's like a little peanut. There's things that are smaller than peanuts, like lentils. No one's talking about lentils. Why are we just talking about peanuts? Why is everyone so allergic to peanuts? I think that pistachios, guys, they're peanuts for the affluent. All right, that's my time.
That's fun. She has a defined style where she really delves into the little things.
I
And,
never expected her to branch off into pistachios.
Where do you get your balls, kid?
That's fun. Yeah, you did it again. These girls write a new minute every week. Isn't that crazy?
They add up.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we've run out of time, Sarah.
Okay,
I got to be able to do this better.
I feel like I'm not offering a lot. I'm
No.
just having a good time. So I
No,
don't want
that's
you to.
great. No, you're doing. We did fine, Sarah. Thank you so much. That's great.
Good job, Sarah.
It's true. Baseball's boring. Even the only other thing is Cracker Jacks, and they give you a prize. Maybe there's something in that about the baseball thing. There's peanuts and Cracker Jacks.
Pistachios are for the affluent.
Yeah, that's great. That's definitely the payoff there.
If somebody's allergic to peanuts, fuck them. They shouldn't go out. We're not going to live our lives because of these fucking peanut allergies. I was trying to write something for you. I don't know.
Yeah. And there's peanuts and Cracker Jacks too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people that are allergic to peanuts are basically allergic to baseball. Maybe not. All right, guys.
You ever make peanut butter?
No.
In my
Sucks.
mouth.
You by chewing peanuts?
I just put a bunch of
yeah,
peanuts
yeah.
in there.
I've done that.
Peanut butter in my mouth.
Did you ever make peanut butter? Did you actually ask that?
We have run out of time, ladies and gentlemen. I had so much fun here tonight with you guys. Todd Glass, you're Todd Glass.
Thank you very much.
On Twitter, you have anything coming out that you want to
Check out
I'm
his
going to be at the Comedy Bar in Toronto the 11th and 12th of this April, and then I'll be at the Comedy Cabaret in Bucks County the 25th and 26th.
Dom,
High Top Poco's Restaurant. You better give me a free goddamn burrito when I get there.
When's this go up?
next week.
Next week, I'll be at then by the time it comes up, I'll be at Raleigh at Good Nights.
Great club.
Awesome.
Even better now that Helium took it over.
I'll be in Sydney, Australia, and Perth, Australia. If you hear
Oh,
that.
that's great.
And
follow these guys on.
you know what I want you to listen to if you get a chance? I have a podcast called Dom Irrera Live from the Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
Jessie Mae Peluso. You know her, Peluso? Fucking hilarious. She's really brilliant.
And check out me and Tony. We were both on that Dom
Yeah.
Oh, you
podcast.
guys are great on
Yeah.
that. That was fun.
The lovely Courtney Molay, ladies and gentlemen, was the Patriot. She killed it. Follow her on Twitter at Margaret Molay. A little misdirect for you. Margaret, Molle. Of course, Kimberly Congdon, Sarah Weinshank. I'm sorry we gave you guys short time tonight. We ran out of time.
I got one last piece I was going to give out. It's just a stupid little thing, but sometimes it's always a good habit to get out of saying at one point, how's it going or what's up, right?
True.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a big deal. It's not like the end of the world, but that's what comedy is. It's stupid, teeny little things. But like once it's in your head, you go, oh yeah, I'll be aware of that. Just
you say,
do the
Todd,
first
when you
joke.
go into-
You know what? I remember I said it because you know how I remember I was working in Philadelphia at the Comedy Works, and I just remember for whatever reason, like guys like Jerry Seinfeld and Jay Leno, like they were, they would come into the club on the weekends. And someone said, well, they're headlining, they don't have to say it. But a lot of us went, no, I think we could all do that. They would just go to the mic, and I remember me and my friends noticing it. We're like, they would just walk to the mic and do their first joke, and I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I never thought it seemed so empowering. And then I stopped getting out of the habit of going, how you doing? Especially when you're on a night when 15 comedians are asking you.
Right.
Some guys figure it out, but others just watch, how you doing? And then they go up there, they're like, yeah, I'll do it too.
I think we all learned something here tonight. Thank you guys so much for.
I'm still dying to hear if the 35-second guy with his 25 seconds at the end would have been. I'll always wonder. Thanks for having us on, brother.
Thank you guys. Thank you, live audience, for coming out. We'll see you guys again soon.
See ya.
So take it, check yourself before you wreck yourself. So take it.